What is up, everybody? And I've been looking forward to making this video. It is, of course, my player ratings after Liverpool beat Manchester City at Anfield by a 1-0, preserving Virgil van Dijk's excellent unbeaten record at Anfield. Let me know your thoughts if you agree or disagree with my player ratings in the comment section. Drop a like on the video and, of course, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Look, let's start off with the big man between the sticks. And again, clean sheet. We love it. Yes, I know the ball was technically in the back of the net at one point, but you know what? I think that our defence today marshalled that City attack so well. I thought they were brilliant, and Alisson was part of that. So, 8 for Alisson today. I don't really know if that's deserved or not, but he kept a clean sheet. And look at that beard. Would you not give that beard an 8? James Milner, the man that I think divided opinion more in our fan base, or at least in our chat, than any other player who started the game today. But he didn't put a foot wrong, did he? Jimmy Milner, take a bow, sir. Good performance from him today. And whilst long term, I don't want to see James Milner playing right back for Liverpool, his steeliness and determination today were part of why we kept a clean sheet. James Milner, I'm going to give you a 7 today, sir. Very well deserved. Take a bow and we move on. Joe Gomez, I cannot argue against Sky giving a man of the match. Joe Gomez was imperious, impeccable, magnificent. Whatever word you want to use about Joe Gomez in a positive sense, you're absolutely spot on. That was as close to a faultless performance as I've seen from a centre-back marshalling an attack that features Erling Haaland. So Joe Gomez, sir, I don't give out 10s, but you get yourself a 9, and a very, very deserving 9 from Joe Gomez. He's also my man of the match. I hope you agree. Let me know in the comment section. His partner alongside him, Virgil van Dijk, who, by the way, owns Erling Haaland. I'm going to put that out there. Today will be remembered for one thing for me with regards to Van Dijk. The smirk, the look of masked disappointment on Haaland's face when Virgil van Dijk headed that ball inside his own 6-yard box over his own crossbar when Haaland thought that he was about to have an open goal. Van Dijk was fantastic today alongside Joe Gomez, and between them gave City nothing. Absolutely nothing. So Virg, you from myself, get an 8 today. Probably deserves an 8.5, but I want to give Gomez the clear man of the match. So well done, Virg. Can we have some more of that, please, sir? Andy Robertson, brilliant from Robbo in every aspect today. He is the shithouse to beat all shithouses, and I love him for it. I wanted him to start the game in my predictions all week. I said this is a game that suits Robbo's needle, and he got stuck in and he didn't let us down. I thought this was Robbo back to his best. So for me, Andy Robertson, take yourself an 8 today, fella, and thank you for a very good performance. Moving into midfield, Fabinho, look, I don't think he's still back to his brilliant best, if I'm honest with you. But again, look at who we were playing today. Look at the midfield that Manchester City had out there. Rodri, Gundogan, Bernardo, they ain't exactly, or De Bruyne, I should say, they ain't exactly short of quality. And we did well. And he was part of that. So 7 today for Fabinho. Continue playing well, sir, and hopefully get back to your previous impeccable standards. So yeah, Fabinho, 7 for me. This gentleman here, well look, for shaving his head, he gets another bonus point because I love a shaved head of Thiago. Playing on with a little cut on his face, he's a warrior. And again, one of my favourite moments of the whole game was the feigning of innocence when he absolutely took Rodri out. He slid along the ground and just upended him and turns to Anthony Taylor as if to say, me? Sir, a yellow for that? Look, I love Thiago. 8 today for him. Some brilliant passing, some brilliant vision as well. One I remember in the first half, he picked out a pass through the lines that I just didn't see and zipped it straight into the feet of, I think it was Firmino or Elliott. But yeah, again, when Thiago plays well, we play well. Harvey Elliott. I don't want to say a coming of age performance from Harvey, but a very accomplished, polished performance from the youngster. The only jot on his copybook was probably the opportunity in the first half where Mohamed Salah did so well to win the ball, laid it across to him on the right hand side. Maybe an older, wiser Elliott would have gone down the outside and tried to get a shot across that way. He tried to cut back onto his left foot and the opportunity broke down, but against probably the best team in Europe, or one of the best teams in the world, the Manchester City, that kid didn't look out of place again today. So Elliot, you get yourself an 8, sir. Great performance. I look forward to seeing his career develop at the club because we've got ourselves one hell of a player. Diogo Jota, mixed bag from Diogo. If you take away the stuff in the penalty area or the passing, you get an impeccable performance because his work rate, his intelligence around the pitch is impeccable. And it was very worrying to see him being taken off on a stretcher at the end. We can only hope that it's not as serious as it looks. We know that Diogo was coming back from, I think it was a hamstring injury that he had while away with Portugal. And look, we will wait news. Hopefully it's positive. But yeah, there was some heavy touches. Yes, there was some misplaced passes, but there was a lot of good, hard yards put in from Diogo today. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. And I think that's probably a fair reflection of his performance. This man, Mohamed Salah, on a day where it was always going to be about Haaland in the headlines all week, Mo stepped up again. People say he's not a big game player. Well, that's a big game. And that boy stuck the ball in the net. You know, the first one, the one that Ederson made the save, you know that one, Man City fans, where you went and scored from the goal kick, that was a corner, only for the referee to rule it out for a foul? Oh yeah, I said it. Mohamed Salah, I thought had just missed that chance, but on the replay, you see it was an excellent save from Ederson. But you know what? And I said this to Connor, when he went through the second time, I had no doubt in my mind whatsoever that we were going to see a Molazzo and that ball was going into the back of the net. Mohamed Salah, take a bow, sir. I think he ran Gomez close for man of the match today. I think that was a cool, accomplished, fantastic, determined, outstanding performance from a man who was turning into a physical beast. I loved seeing him throw some players around and brush them off the ball today. Smo, an A for you, sir. More of that, please. Great to have you back, fella. Bobby Firmino, love this guy, love him. He's my favourite player of the club and I make no bones about it. Again, people were moaning about Bobby today, saying he's disappearing. No, he was coming deep on purpose to try and create holes for Salah to get into. And he is, again, I speak about match intelligence, I speak about Diogo Jota. This kid has it all. I say kid, he's 30 years of age, I think, or 31, but he's a kid to me. I love him. Bobby was brilliant today. Not his absolute imperious best. Didn't get himself a goal, but still a damn decent performance. So I'm going to give him a 7 today. As we move on to the substitutes now, Darwin Núñez. You can look at this in a couple of ways. You can look at it that he made some wrong decisions and that we probably could have had another goal or two. Or you can look at it how I'm going to choose to look at it. That he came on, was an absolute menace, battled hard and won the ball in areas where he probably had no right to do it and ran at Manchester City's defence. That's how I want to deem Darwin's performance and that's how I want to view it. And I hope Jurgen Klopp trusts him a little bit more moving on. Yeah, he could have squared one across to a couple of people for one of the opportunities that he chose to shoot and it was blocked. He did try and lay one across to Trent. Probably, again, the wrong decision. It probably should have gone to Carvalho. But ultimately, it didn't cost us and he's going to continue to get better and better. And we have ourselves a decent player. I don't like the abuse he's getting. I don't like people writing him off yet. Incredibly unfair. I didn't do it to Sancho at United. I didn't do it to other players who've bedded into new clubs. And I certainly am not going to do it with somebody who I absolutely have a very, very high regard for. So look, hard to grade when he's come on, but let's give him a 7 because he's a nuisance and I love it. This gentleman here, Fabio Carvalho, will turn out to be one of Klopp's super bargains that we speak about, which are Andy Robertson's and the like. This kid is legit. This kid has mad Coutinho vibes, but you know what? He's his own man and he never looks out of place out there on the pitch and he's getting better and better, and I can only imagine training week in and week out and day out with those players at Anfield, or excuse me, at Kirby with regards to the training, will only make him better, and I'm looking forward to his continued development. He may get some more opportunities now if Diogo is out for a little while, so maybe we see Carvalho starting the next game, and you know what? I fully trust Klopp to do it if that's what he goes with. So Fabio, again, difficult to gauge when he came on, but give him a 7 anyway, because why not? Jordan Henderson. Do you know, that was the perfect circumstance for Hendo to be on there. And he led the defensive press when Manchester City were trying to get back into the game. And he ran around and he shuttled and he closed people down and he blocked and he hustled and he harried. And he did everything you would want him to do in that position. So again, difficult one to gauge, but let's just give him a 7 anyway. Why not? And finally, Jurgen, what's your name again? Jurgen Norbert Klopp. You've got to say, of the two managers today, if you're talking about a tactical battle, you're talking about decision making in game, systems, Kloppo got it right. We were the better team. His tactics were spot on. The players that he trusted didn't let him down. He got sent off for telling the linesman that he was wrong. Look, he did it in a way that, of course, he could have been calmer. But he was right in what he was saying, just like he was right midweek. The officials are terrible. They are absolutely terrible. And it needs to be sorted out. And until then, we're going to have managers like Klopp or Arteta or who else getting sent off because they see what we all see and they don't like it. And they shouldn't have to like it. The decision should be easier. So look, Kloppo, you get yourself a big dirty 9, sir. And not in your sense of the word, not in your 9. In an absolutely hell yes, have a 9, Jurgen. We love that. And that concludes my player ratings. Let me know your man of the match in the comments. Let me know your ratings for the players. Thank you so much for your time as always. Keep an eye out tomorrow for the match highlights that are going to be coming up as well here on the channel, our watch along highlights. Yeah, enjoy your weekend. The Reds have done it. What a Sunday evening. Much love. Bye bye.